to recording this. Boom. So these are all recorded, put on YouTube afterwards where you guys can find these. What's up? What's up? So we're going to get right into it, cover all the pairs. And as always, we're going to have a little giveaway at the end here. So Nick's going to get started, and we're going to get right into it.
Yeah, awesome. So let's see, 27 people in here. Good. So we're gonna get right into it. Guys, for those of you who have been here before, you guys know we always start off on DXY, which is essentially just the US dollar index. As you can see in the top left here, DXY, US dollar currency index. And we do this because the US dollar makes up for 80% of all trade. So a lot of the market is influenced based on what the US dollar is moving. So it's always good to kind of stop in here, reanalyze, see if anything's changed, see what kind of bias we're gonna have on a weekly and daily basis. Okay, so again, the US dollar is also a reserve currency, so it naturally will appreciate as a lot of foreign investment is interested in the US dollar because of its stability. So to start off, we're here on the daily time frame. So what I want to do on this time frame only is more or less like a once look. Like we're just taking a quick glance at this time frame and kind of establishing get an idea of the overall trend and seeing, again, if anything has changed. So we can clearly see here that this is primarily bullish, pretty much from all the way over here in April 2018 till recently, May, we've been very, very bullish, right? And we can see that once we got above this monthly zone, we've tested a support and then kind of been, hiking higher and higher, forming higher lows, higher highs, and so on. So this has been the consistent trend up until recently, where we've had Corona news. Obviously, that's this here. So this is dollar shortage that created the spike from Corona. The Fed then pulled certain levers to adjust things accordingly, and we saw this consolidation. Then the price action dropped. The market started pricing in more of the negative events from America, and then we started getting price action starting to slide off more and more and more. We got another pattern here, and then it finally broke through support. So now we are, definitely transitioning. We got past this major zone that we just talked about, was the level we needed to break in order to, change our sentiment, and we're seeing that happen now. So we're looking more bullish than anything else. And we have to consider a couple things here too. So other than just the technicals, we can clearly see this is bearish, right? Technicals, it's pretty obvious. But we have to consider some of the fundamentals. Like, is anything going to change this trend? Is this a fake break to the downside, right? Is the economy going to rebound? Are we expecting some positive U.S. news? Anything like that? And the answer to all of them is no. Everything's looking pretty bad right now. There's nothing really coming out U.S. news-wise that's going to kind of put us back into a bullish market. So if anything, we're kind of awaiting more negative news, especially again as, Trump starts making these executive decisions, as things, get seemingly worse. So, we're going to have to wait on those fundamentals, but, it's not looking good overall. So where we are on a technical standpoint, again, is below this monthly key 95 flat area, this level right here. So from here, we really want to see two things happen. We know we're bearish, so we're either going to see momentum continue where we don't get a pullback. Momentum is going to keep pushing. The US dollar is just going to keep sliding. Or we'll get some sort of pullback. We're looking for some sort of confirmed lower high around the 95 area, right in this monthly. And then we'll look for continuations to the downside from there. So, two bearish examples, either momentum continues or we get some sort of, confirmed pullback, and then a continuation, okay? And this orange arrow here simply is what needs to happen for us to consider, long opportunities, or for us to consider, a bullish market on the US dollar. So we'd like to see it break back above this monthly, back above this structure level at 96.5, confirm a higher low, and then and only then we'll consider, going long on this, and we can see more of a bullish trend in that scenario. Okay, so that's DXY, guys. Let's move on to AU. Looking pretty good. All right, so first thing, again, daily time frame, get that one look. Super bearish, as you can see, very clear. And right before Corona, the last lower high was right at this monthly, right around 0.705. That was where the last lower high was, and then we saw this drop off. Okay, so Corona pushed price action down, and then we saw, the normal market conditions, come back into play, and then we started seeing this strong, very strong 4-hour bullish trend. All right, so real quick, we're on this daily again because we want to see if anything's changed as far as the overall sentiment, and here it has. right? We broke this monthly. This was that last lower high, like I said, very, very key level. We saw a break of it, and now it looks like it's transitioning to the upside. So we could be seeing a daily, bullish trend come into play here. So let's go ahead and drop to the 4-hour, get a better look at this trend. Very, very bullish on this 4-hour, right? There's no disputing that. Clearly bullish, lots of good patterns, lots of structure formation, right? Lots of higher lows, higher highs, and so on. So here we are. Well, let's zone in on this piece of price action, because this is where that transition happened, right? That monthly broke. It tested it again, came back down, started forming a bullish trend on this time frame again, finally broke through, retested as resistance, confirming a higher low, pushed up, didn't have the momentum needed. You could see that the volume was pretty low. The volume just kind of died off, pushed up too high, came back down. Now we're forming a double bottom right at our monthly. So this is a good sign. This means that we have a trade opportunity, essentially, okay? So right now we want to see this confirmed level as support, right? We want to see this level confirmed as support, 0.7115 area, this whole zone right here. So I want to see any sort of lower time frame confirmations, and then you can take an entry on this. So let's go right to the 1-hour. We'll do it for this pair because it's very close to entry. Okay, let's expand this, bring this down. All right, so from here, we basically want to see some sort of bullish setup, honestly, right where we are now. So a nice bullish engulfing to here would be perfect. You could probably enter on that. We do see a transition here, a nice MA cross. The 200 EMA is there as well. And now we broke through it. It was resistance. We broke through it. Now it's testing a support. So from right here, honestly, bullish setups, any sort of morning star, seller's exhaustion, bullish engulfing, bullish variation, anything in here, honestly, that's going to have some good conviction, that would be a good entry. So we're very close to that. And guys, as always, this will be dropped in the premium analysis section down here, okay, as these trades get closer to execution. So this is damn close. So keep an eye on that. Definitely more bullish than anything else, as we covered. But let's go back to the 4-hour for a second. I want to go over the potential bearish scenario, like what needs to happen for us to, go back into a bearish trend, for us to consider shorts from this area. Essentially, that's going to happen after we see a break of this monthly. We want to see a break back into this lower range down here, confirm lower high, and then we can start looking at short positions. Okay, but until that happens, we're very much long, very much bullish on this pair. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Very, very close to entry. What do we got on this 4-hour? 41 minutes left on the 4-hour. So this could be, in the next hour, this could be kind of the make or break for this move, if this trade's going to play out or not. All right, so we'll keep you guys updated with that. Let's keep going. Move on to AJ here. Daily time frame, same thing. Get that one look. Very bearish overall. Super, super bearish. Here was that lower high before, lower high here and here again before Corona hit. Dropped. Same thing, pretty much the same thing we just covered on AU. We have this huge 4-hour bullish trend after Corona, right? But but the difference here is AU broke through that significant resistance zone and is looking like a transition. AJ, however, is still at this monthly zone. So we really want to see this break to confirm, AU long for the most part. All right, so let's drop to the 4-hour, get a better look at this trend and current price action. So here's that 4-hour trend, super bullish as we can see. Let's zoom in to this monthly and key level. Okay, so we could see here, price action rallied very, very quickly, strong amount of volume right into this monthly zone, gave us a nice transition in the form of a head and shoulders, pushed down, touched the top of the trend line for that daily bearish channel, and then started forming, a bullish trend. We can see a very large pattern here. This is a good, good example of a ascending triangle, right? Lots of higher lows, key resistance right at 75 flat, and then it finally broke. Right? Pushed back into this monthly, rejected again, but now we're testing 75 flat as support instead of resistance as we did over here. So this is good. This is kind of solidifying the strength of this level, which is what we need at this point. Okay, so let's zoom in a little more on current price action. So we're basically looking for a long opportunity on a break of this box pattern or rectangle pattern, if you will. So we saw a fake breakout here. This would have been pretty good, but tons of exhaustion on the first candle. Right? Tons and tons of exhaustion. Not really the greatest entry. Really want to see something with good conviction. But we can drop time frames to get a better look at that in a second. So right now it looks like we have another attempt at breaking this. And then we did see a higher low after this fake breakout. So this is a good sign. It's definitely looking more bullish than anything else. Well, let's drop to the 1 hour and discuss entry opportunities. Okay, so what we need to see to go long here, pretty much we're in a really good spot, but the volume here is not that ideal. You know, it could just be gearing up to pop soon and then could just rocket. But, you know, I really want to get in on a nice engulfing, you know, bullish variation, 3 in a row, tons of sellers exhaustion. So I'm going to kind of wait on this right now. You could have taken an entry on this bullish variation here, but as you can see, price action just kind of started going sideways. So, you know, wait for some sort of, you know, deeper pullback, another wick to the downside near 75.5, or just look for some sort of bullish engulfing, any sort of, you know, bullish setup at the current level. Okay, so this is looking pretty good. Much like AU guys, these guys are pretty correlated. Definitely same sentiment. So let's jump over to AU real quick again. Yeah, they look pretty similar. Okay, both gearing up to, you know, form about the same move. And yeah, we'll know soon. We'll know soon. So again, this will be posted in premium analysis for you guys. Kind of just getting you guys ready, getting in the right, you know, mindset for these trades and getting ready to potentially place an entry to execute. Okay, so that's AJ. Let's move on to UJ. Just want to answer check this chat real quick. Let's see what I'm saying. Can you go over why you need a 3.2 or more to confirm a pullback? It's more so to confirm structure. So 38.2, 61.8 fib level.
Yeah, that's what he's actually talking about. He actually asked this question before. So he's asking, why do we use 38.2? Right. It's not 32.8, 38.2 to confirm structure.
Yeah, so it's just based on our strategies. What we have noticed has worked the most over, you know, lots and lots of back testing and, you know, trial and error. 38.2 is a good level. 61.8 is a good level as well. Okay, and then I'll just talk about fibs for a second more. 50% is not really most ideal. We really want to look for entries around the 61.8 or 38.2 because it also confirms structure. Anything past the 23.6 is essentially, you know, forming structure. Okay, you want to see a nice pullback because, again, in a natural market movement, you know, it's not just going to rocket in one direction, right? It needs to move and then breathe and then move in like these waves. So it's going to essentially move in these waves in a certain direction, but, you know, it's normal market movement for it to make a push and then come back and then make a push and then come back and so on and so on. You never want to just see a chart just go one direction. That's not sustainable by any means. Okay, all right, so let's keep going here. We're on UJ. Let's go to the daily time frame. Again, guys, we're doing that one look. One look. Everybody knows the rules. All right. So super, super bearish, as we can see, guys. Huge descending triangle. Actually pretty insane. So the key level here that you guys should be aware of is this monthly, right around 106 flat. Okay. Tons and tons of lower highs, narrowing price action, kind of squeezing it all the way in between this range and squeezing it to a fine point. So essentially we want to go down to the 4 hour. So we saw that overall huge bearish trend and bearish pattern, right? And this is where price was narrowing on the daily time frame, where it kind of was ranging between 109.25, our weekly zone, and 106, our monthly zone. So we saw lots of bouncing, rejection, bouncing, and so on and so on. And then we finally saw some lower highs. A pattern presented itself, and then a little bit of consolidation, another lower high with some good conviction before the drop and break of our monthly. So this is really key, guys, because again, this monthly zone, you know, we need to confirm this monthly zone. We need to confirm the break and confirm this monthly zone as resistance because this could lead into a very, very large daily move. Okay, because again, this break here, it's a monthly zone, but it's a break of this giant pattern. So the fact of it is we could see a push all the way down to this weekly and maybe even lower. So let's go to the 4 hour and start looking at, you know, confirmations. So here's that break, right? It pushed down, formed 0%, pulled back. Now we're at the 61.8, which is a nice confluence area. We have some consolidation happening, which gave the MAs a chance to kind of, you know, get closer to current price action. This is all good because, you know, it's holding. This level's holding. We didn't break right through the monthly. It's actually showing pretty strong resistance, and we're damn close to an entry because we just need a few confirmations, especially on this time frame, just pushing through the MAs. Some sort of lower time frame transition needs to happen here, and then we could place an entry. So let me go to the 1 hour real quick. 1 hour. All right, and I'm just going to mark up what we need to see to go short. Okay, so essentially from here, just going to draw the zone in. So we have This level 106 again. This is the monthly, so we have a lower time frame level of support right here. Oops, where'd it go? All right, about 30%. Okay, cool. Get rid of that. I'll make this yellow actually, just so it's easier to see for you guys. I'll make it yellow. All right. So I essentially want to see price action push right below this zone right here, below this 200 EMA on this time frame, and then give us a quick retest on the backside of a candle or a pattern itself, and then we could take an entry as this transition happens. Okay, so even down here, if you want to be more conservative, do something like this. Wait for price action to get below this zone right here, which was where our last higher low was on this lower time frame little bullish trend. Okay, so it could look something like this. Let's see it break below. Like just like this. Okay, good volume to the downside, quick retest on the backside of a candle or something, and then entering on any sort of bullish setup after confirming this lower high. And then boom, we're in. Right? So go back to the 4 hour, see if it makes sense, and kind of go over this trade idea. So right, nice break to the downside. It would cross the MAs on this time frame as well. Pull back, testing MA's resistance, confirm the lower high, enter on bearish setups. And then we're taking a 4-to-1 risk to reward trade here. That is insane. So be about like 65 pips to get a little over 270. Really, really great trade, guys. And this could be a good one. So again, this is UJ. So you have to consider the fundamental news surrounding US dollar right now. It lines up with this trade idea very well, DXY, okay? So looking pretty good. And that's UJ, guys. Now I want to move on to EJ and then gold. All right, daily time frame on EJ here. You guys know what we're doing. Get that one look. Very bearish. Clear to see. It's anyone who's trying to argue that this isn't bearish needs to check themselves. This is the most bearish trend I've ever seen. All right, and we had some lower highs here, right? Very, very strong bearish trend, as we know. Lower high here, here again, and here, and then we saw this this huge 4-hour rally present itself. So it's actually erasing all these lower highs. So this is looking like this was a pretty quick transition, and I would say it definitely is. We're definitely more bullish than anything else on this time frame as of right now, because we saw a break of all these lower highs, this significant weekly zone of 121.25, pulled back, retested the top trend line of this bearish channel, gave it some engulfings, rejected heavily, and then just continued in a bullish rally after that. Okay, so this is definitely bullish. Knowing that, we can drop to the 4-hour. Okay, here's that initial break, here's that retest of the trend line, and here's the bullish trend to follow. So it's forming pretty good, pretty steady trend, not too steep, not too flat. It's looking pretty good. Nice higher lows, higher highs, good volume in this. And then we saw a symmetrical triangle, which we were waiting for a break of. We saw that happen, but it didn't give us the pullback we wanted to do. So we wanted to see. So always, guys, when you see sort of breakout, we like to always enter on a retest. It's the more conservative way. It presents better risk management, better risk to reward rather than just entering on a breakout. We always like getting in on a retest, and this didn't. It did form it like it wicked, which could have been considered a retest on a lower time frame. It wicked this 61.8 here, but I really want to see body closure of a candle at this level. So I'm still going to suggest waiting on either 38.2, body closure at 38.2, or body closure at 61.8 preferably, especially since this zone is where broken structure was. And it would also give us, an MA pullback and then an opportunity to enter on, bullish setups with, confirming an MA cross. Okay. So again, we're bullish on this as well. This is EJ looking for a retest confirmed by some bullish setups, and then we're long. And this is another 4-to-1 risk reward. There's actually 4.5. So this would be risking about 50 pips to get 230 some odd pips. Definitely well over 4-to-1. So this again, massive potential trade here. Just waiting for those right confirmations. All right, but I mean this could just pull down to 38.2 as well and just continue higher. So this area right here. Okay, and it did here, but it blew right past it. So the next step would be a 38.2, and that would make sense. All right, guys, so this is EJ. And again, it'll always be posted in premium analysis as we see these trades developing, okay? Next and final, we're going to cover gold, which is had the least amount of volume I've seen in a long time. All right, so let's go to the daily time frame. Guys, it's bullish. I mean, tell me different, right? Super, super bullish. So let's just go right to the 4 hour. We saw this 1800 handle, which was our mark for a while, hit and broken and then surpassed it by a long shot. So let's go right to the 4 hour. All right. Zoom out a little bit here. So this is, it's just super bullish, guys. The one thing that you guys should be aware of is this hasn't really formed structure on these higher time frames, right? It's just been surging higher and higher and higher, kind of on the the back of the US dollar dropping and speculation and panic, and everyone's just trying to hold gold because they know it's going to keep appreciating and so on. So this needs to form structure. I mean, this was a huge rally, right? And now we have even more volume just forming a pattern, which is this ascending triangle here. Very, very large pattern given how much gold moves. So this is actually the top of this is 1975, and the low was 1925 thereabout. So 500 pip spread. That's crazy. That's crazy for the start of a pattern. 500 pip spread, and then we went to about 300 pip spread, and now we're at about 150 pip spread. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, range, not spread, range, guys. Sorry. So like these swings, this swing, this swing, this swing, very, very large. Okay, so we haven't formed structure. So I'm just going to go over 3 potential scenarios, only bullish because this thing is only bullish. So 3 potential scenarios. So 1, momentum just keeps pushing price action, and gold just keeps surging higher, probably into the 2000 range, right? Especially if it breaks this pattern, quick retest, it's just going to take off. And it's very likely that it will. It's only got to move 250 pips to get to 2000. And that's a huge psychological level. Okay, so if we do get into that area, expect some sort of reaction because a lot of people are going to be closing orders. I'm sure there's a lot of shorts and orders just waiting at this 2000 handle. So that's one scenario. It actually looks like it's on a surge right now, maybe. But again, the more conservative entry would always be entering on a fib level, confirming structure. That's always the best way to get a trade. That's always the best risk to reward and better just overall. Okay, so these blue arrows represent both of those scenarios, 38.2 retracement, 61.8 retracement, and then a continuation to follow. So we'll see. The likelihood of us getting down to 61.8 is not really that high given how weak the dollar is right now and all the fundamentals surrounding that. So it doesn't seem like it's going to drop that low, but 38.2, it's possible. A quick spike. This would probably be an accelerated move where it would move to the downside very quickly and then kind of come right back. So look for that. But we got to wait on this one, guys. Gold. I mean, with a move like this, think about how long it took us to get this big move here. We were stalking price action from all the way back here. Once we broke our monthly at 1675, we were stalking price action for about 66 days, 2 months. We stalked it for 2 months, and then we saw this rally. So this thing definitely takes its time, and so will we, guys. All right. And just a quick recap: I covered DXY, AUD, AJ, UJ, EJ, and gold. And now Angela's going to get into some more of the majors for you guys. All right.
Dope.
Perfect. Thanks, guys.
All right. So for you guys that are in here, if you want to join the giveaway for today, just post your Discord name in the chat. So just post your username in there, and then I'll get you guys in on the giveaway. So it's for $25. I'll pick a winner after today's session. As always, thanks Nick for going ahead and getting started here.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna take a look. Hell yeah. I'm gonna take a look at a lot of the major pairs here. We're gonna start off with UCAD. The market is definitely in some tricky spots right now. We just got to be very patient. When like last week, a lot of things were right near structure. We're ready to enter, and we got in a lot of orders this week. Nothing's exactly where we want it to be yet, so we're just going to be a little bit more patient. That's the name of the game right here. So let's start with UCAD. Let's bump up to the weekly time frame. We always like to look on the weekly and the monthly, just to look at overall momentum. So where are we on these higher time frames? On the monthly time frame, We've got a few things on here. We've got our monthly levels, monthly level here, monthly level here. And normally we have our weekly level right in the middle as well. I'm just going to throw that in there. Boom. And again, these are all based on structure. These are all based on points in the market that either found resistance or found support. So the level that we're currently at as we go down to the weekly time frame, delete this, delete this. So as we go down to the weekly time frame, we've got to look at this and decipher what's going on right now. We've had some lower highs form in this area. They broke at this point, retested, shot up, rocketed up in March. Now we're on the pullback. We're on the pullback. We formed not exactly a lower high, but we formed this minor structure point right here, rejected that monthly level. And now we're slowing up. Just do some candlestick analysis. Last week, this doji candle. The previous week, bearish candle with a wick. We're back at this support level that grabbed a lot of buyers and flung us to the north last time. So that's pretty much it for the weekly time frame. Just candlestick analysis, overall, what structure, like Nick said, kind of like one look, and then we're just gonna go down time frames until we see structure a little bit more clearly. I'm just gonna clear all this up a little bit more. Boom. Clear this up a little bit. Try to get these charts a little cleaner. So daily time frame. What is structure on this time frame? We talked about before with the 38.2. I'll do a little lesson again as to where we draw structure and why. But we had these support levels broken, came back, moving averages crossed, is pulled back to about, we're going to fib from here because this is the previous lower high in this area to our new lower low, which is right here. We had the pullback to 38.2. But also when we're pulling back to 38.2, all this shows as well as the moving averages are shifting. They're crossing. Momentum is changing from being bearish overall to bullish. And then at this 38.2 level, if we get a rejection here, which pushes us back through the moving average, we see the cross red over blue again. All this is telling us logically is that this is a point at which a lot of sellers came in, a lot of selling orders came in and formed a wall of resistance. And so this level can be deemed as significant because it changed momentum in this area from being bullish to bearish. So as this level is retested, and inevitably if this level is broken, we want to be aware of that. We want to use that to our advantage because this is just an area where a lot of buyers or sellers have come into the market. So that is a significant level of structure right there, using that 38.2, using the moving average. And again, we're just on this daily time frame. Now we're all the way at this low right here. Boom. And we got thinking of a couple things right now. We got the weekly time frame, which had that bullish push, and now we're on that pullback. We're trying to wait to see if we could form some sort of higher low. We're right in this area where previously a lot of buyers stepped in and pushed us to the upside. But we need structure to form. We need some sort of structure to form. As I go down to the 4-hour time frame, this is also where I can see structure. And as we can see on the 4-hour time frame, we can really just focus in on right here. We had this low form, minor structure pullback, low right here, lower high, boom, lower low, lower high. We had this support level hit. We had this little bit of a fake out here where we broke above, and then we just had dojis, 2 dojis in a row, and then inevitably we started to respect that level. So I wouldn't consider that a break of structure or anything like that. If anything, it was just testing these levels right here, and then inevitably fell back through, formed this lower high, boom, right here, and then had this large fall off to the downside. So we're clearly in a downtrend on this 4-hour time frame right now. And how I position this for us is basically this pullback right here, if we put on a fib, was a lower high that had formed. They go from this high to this low. We pulled back, double top at 38.2. Huge 4-hour candle, 4-hour engulfing candle. So this formed a lower high, moving averages crossed, So basically, with the weekly time frame being bullish, with us thinking that this could potentially go long, in this area, we need this 4-hour time frame to break structure right here. We need to get above this level, to hold above this level, much like this. Boom. And then we need to find support before actually going long, and we just need to form that first higher low. So very similar to this area down here. We broke above this level, form these higher lows, started to break higher. Like we need to make a play like on this right here. We need to make a play on a transition, and our transition, luckily for us, this is showing very clear that this is a wall of resistance. This is a wall of structure. So these are the two scenarios that pretty much we have right now. Either we come up to this level right now, we reject it again, and we go short, and we continue to go lower, or we pop above, find support, and we head higher, or we just pop above and this thing just rockets, north. So this is the deciding level on UCAD. This is where we're going to monitor this. We don't need to go to the 30-minute time frame just yet. This thing is in, just in this like downtrend on this 30-minute, even the 1 hour time frame, forming lows. This lower high, this lower low. So this is really what needs to break. 1 hour structure be broken, get that pullback, find support. I'm going to keep this on the 4 hour. So yeah, that's UCAD. Let's go over to NU. This pair is actually turning over right now. This is really a nice little trade that's going on right now. It's like 30 pips for a stop loss. Boom. And then we can target. This is a trade that I had in the chat for a little while. Boom. What I was waiting for on this was I was really waiting for like the 4 hour to break structure. 4 hour broke structure right here. Boom, this rejection. Then we just got this 30-minute pullback, all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. We've got the 1 hour crossing, moving averages crossing. Now we've got this 1 hour candle, starting to get bearish. We got like 15 minutes left on this, so we'll see if it can continue to push a little bit lower, all the way onto the 15-minute. Boom. So yeah, this is definitely a little trade that I'm gonna consider this week. NZD USD, and this sort of lines up with UCAD. I'm looking for UCAD to get long, to go longer. I'm looking for NU to fall a little bit lower. And again, just to go over this, we had 4 hour time frame in an uptrend, trend line going. Trend line was broken. 4 hour structure broke here. We triple topped basically at this trend line and this supply zone. I might actually put this trade in, to be honest. So yeah, NU is definitely looking nice right now. If you guys want to take this trade, these are the levels right there that we're going with, and the entry is basically based on this whole area right now. If you want to wait for more confirmation, wait for this 1 hour to close, which inevitably we're gonna do because we still got 15 minutes left.
Okay.
But yeah, this is what I'm talking about too with these lower highs, with these pullbacks, is 1 hour broke structure. We pulled back. If we were to bring on a fib from the high to the low, we pulled back near this 38.2 area, but this moving averages crossed. Momentum shifted to be bullish. Now it shifted back to be bearish. Moving averages crossed again right here. So, the sellers stepped back into control. That's when you want to get in. That's when the momentum's really shifting, and this thing could potentially push for you guys. So again, this was just a premium analysis that we put out yesterday in the chat, or this thing's been out for a little while. NU, we were waiting for that pullback. Thing found a little bit of volume to the downside, pulled back. So now this is the potential reentry. So we'll wait for this to confirm on the 1 hour time frame before entering. But NU looking to potentially go short on this for today. Let's bump over now to EU. Let's go up to the weekly time frame. So weekly time frame, obviously very bullish. Made this last week. Had this huge candle with a wick, a lot of exhaustion. We're at this weekly level, and now let's go down time frames and just look at structure. So daily time frame, again, very bullish, but we're at this weekly level, all the way up here. Boom, had this weekly key level, and then as you go down all the way to the 4 hour time frame, again, very bullish. No levels are breaking with this, but we are forming some sort of lower high right now. We're getting some sort of pullback and rejecting at that level. So this is what I was thinking. At the bare minimum, we got to look at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour structure has been maintained for literally this entire trend. When I talk about 1 hour structure, I'm really just looking from a far sight, looking at the moving averages. Blue over red, red over blue, blue over red, red over blue, blue over red. Then this was retested, didn't break, held all the way. So this thing has held for a while. This thing has held for a minute, and now we just got a break. We just got a break on the 1 hour right near our key level. This is the break right here. Had this higher low, higher high, broke, lower low, lower high. This is where we want to enter, guys. This is the trade that we want to enter in. So we'll wait for the 1 hour to close to confirm. But stops always above that previous lower low or lower high, I mean. And then targets, we're going to target, we could use the 618, we could use structure on this time frame. If we look left, this is a previous higher low. And then obviously we're going to look first to retest this level. It's got to break lower below that and everything like that. So EU and NU are getting ready for entries right now. Let's go over to GU. So GU, much of the same, correlates pretty well with these. We got weekly time frame, bearish. So on this weekly time frame, we are bearish, and we're coming up into the supply zone. Let's bump down to the daily time frame. Again, very bullish, but we're coming up into no man's land, into this higher high area. We got this doji. Now we're starting to fall off a little bit, all the way down to the 4 hour. 4 hours bullish as well, but we're getting this lower high form. Moving averages are crossing. But let's look at the 1 hour at a minimum. And again, same thing. The 1 hour has been maintained forever. The 1 hour has been maintained all the way since July 14th. It's August 4th. 1 hour has been maintained structure this whole entire time going up. And now this is what we need to break. We need to break below here. So this needs to confirm. Following candle needs to close. So this one's a little bit more ways away, GU. This one I'm going to drop in the premium analysis for today in here following this session. This one's a little bit more ways away. So we're going to have to wait, on this one to confirm. But same idea is we're getting the breakage structure, getting the pullback, trying to get on the lower high, take the momentum for us down. So let's go over now to the weekly on USEF. Weekly and the monthly. So let's start on the monthly. As always, monthly again. We have the trading plan. For everybody that's actually inside the course, let me just grab it real quick. Got our trading plan right here. Everybody that's a member gets this trading plan. And one of the things that I always utilized when looking at this trading plan was this right here. You guys aren't going to be able to see it too well, but basically what this is, it's a chart with every single time frame telling you guys what we look at on each time frame: monthly, weekly, daily, 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute. So it's important to understand, on each time frame what you're looking for. Like monthly and weekly level, monthly and weekly, we're really just looking one look, candlestick analysis. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Look where the key levels are. Are we at a key level? Right here, we're at a monthly key level. Could find buyers at this level. As they go down to the weekly time frame, same thing. Candlestick analysis. What's going on? We're at the bottom of this push. A lot of exhaustion here. We're at the key level. That's what's important here, guys. We're at the key level right now. Here we had a lot of exhaustion, but we were below this key level. We already rejected it, and that means we grabbed sellers there, and we were going to head lower. Inevitably, we're looking to head lower. Here, we're at a support level. Found buyers here, so we're kind of in a different, we're in a different mindset. Down to the daily time frame, very bearish, but again, we're at this level, finding support. and that is our main confirmation. Then all the way down to the 4-hour time frame, I actually brought on this fib. So the 4-hour is still bearish, guys. The 4-hour here is still bearish. So as I come down to the 1-hour and I want to start making decisions, am I going to go long? Am I going to stay short? Really, to really trust that this trend is shifting, I need another higher high to form. I need more confirmation here. This just broke structure, this lower high, made this higher high. We always enter on that first higher low in this pullback right now. But, considering the 4-hour, the momentum is still bearish, daily's bearish, weekly time frame is bearish. We need a little bit more to form. I would wait for the next higher high, wait for the pullback. That's just me, right now. We want to be a little bit more patient on this. That would mean the 4-hour shifts a little bit more for us, get above this 200-day moving average and yeah, hold above there. So that's USEF, GU, EU, NU, you know what I'm saying, UCAD. These are all the trades that we have for today that are potentially going out. We're going to update you guys in the Discord channel. Everyone that's in premium analysis, if you guys want to get in here, just go to the start here section right here. It's $7 one-time fee. That's just for the premium analysis. And again, this is just us posting our lower time frame analysis for entries. So whenever we see an entry potentially coming, we post it up in this channel. It's definitely very resourceful for only $7. It's good to build off these live sessions. And then again, if you guys want to enter in on the giveaway, just write your Discord name in the chat. If you guys want to enter in on the giveaway, that's all you guys need to do. It's $25. It's you guys attended this session. So basically give yourselves a chance to win some money. So that's the giveaway. And then we're starting to do our signals. It's a one-time fee, $149. Normally it's $75 per month. It's a one-time fee of $149 for only 10 spots. So if you guys want to get in on signals right now, this is just starting today. It's $149 one time. Again, this is normally monthly. Everything included in here is signals, fundamental updates, trading plan, live sessions. You're going to get a lot more than you realize. We pride ourselves on that. There's always more value than you feel like you sign up for. So if you guys are interested in getting in on that, just shoot me a message after this. And I saw some beginners in the chat. If you guys are beginners, we're going to start hosting beginner webinars. Just message Forex League support in the chat afterwards in the Discord section. And we will pretty much get you guys involved in that. To make a trade, hold on you for like 2 hours. Okay. You want to get soon, cash you need to. Yeah. Cool. So everyone, I see you guys posting your Discords in the chat, which is good. We got Nick in here. Good. Voices in my head. Oh my God. Voices in his head. Yeah. Okay. So this session this is recorded. I'll post it afterwards on YouTube. And, tomorrow we'll hop back on again at 8 a.m. for another session.
Absolutely, guys. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah. Peace out, everybody.
Peace, guys.